It's Blaze Comics, and I am back with part 2 of my Geiger review. This time I got Geiger Volume 3, and I got Geiger Volume 4. Volume 3 is called Paradise Lost, and Volume 4 is called Who is the Glowing Woman? And man, I don't want to spoil anything for this review, but I think Volume 4 is the best one I've read out of the 4. So let's get into this. We got Geiger Volume 3. This one consists of Geiger 2024 7 through 9, and then it includes a 2-issue origin story for our guy Tariq Geiger, and those are called Geiger Ground Zero 1 through 2, and those are here at the end of the book. It introduces us to Dr. Molotov, which is very interesting. I'll get into that when I flip through these pages, guys. But then in Volume 4, Who is the Glowing Man? We are introduced into the Glowing Woman. Junkyard Joe comes back, and this one consists of Geiger 2024 10 through 15. And like I said, every issue in this is a banger. I think 3 or 4 out of the issues in this volume are 5 out of 5s for me, guys. So let's get into this review and let's go through the pages. Of course, there's going to be spoilers. Let's go through the pages themselves, what I liked about this book, and I'll see you guys in the next. Now let's dive into these 2 volumes here. Geiger Volume 3 with this awesome gas can cover, and then Volume 3, my favorite volume of the run so far. I'm sick that I have to wait till June for Volume 5, but let's get into this, guys. So this one starts off with issues 7 through 9, Volume 3, 7 through 9, with this awesome opening cover here. And Chapter 7 starts off with our man Zigzag. This is the Nuclear Knight, Nathan's new friend, and it is awesome. But there is this big fight going on between the new king and the military group from that realm, from Camelot. The art in this book, guys, is just really, really, really amazing. I keep sending pictures in my Discord, Everything Comics, but he pulls his normal move on these guys. He burns their face off. They think they know everything. They bring their boron dust. They bring their titanium, tungsten, combined metal swords that have extremely high melting points to withstand Geiger's temperatures, but they are no match for the glowing man himself. And Geiger is still trying to find himself. He's still trying to help the people that need help the most. Like in this picture right here, they come across the night crawlers attacking some normal kids that are doing stuff they're not supposed to be doing. They have left their little town, which we will see their little town here shortly, because those kids bring them back. Like this, they go through this tunnel and they find this town that has not been, it hasn't witnessed the outside world's radiation for some reason, and they want to know why. And it turns out that the leader here, his name is Principal something, but that doesn't matter. He doesn't allow any of the kids to have books, and that's what these little kids that found Geiger, the Nuclear Knight, Zigzag, and Barney were doing. They were trying to find books. They want to learn about the world before the unknown war. But the president here, the leader, does not allow that. He thinks that the knowledge is bad for them, that it will lead to a reenactment, or no one will learn about the mistakes instead of starting anew. And he wants everyone to start anew. And Geiger does not agree with that. So Geiger just leaves. And then when he tries to leave, the new king, married to the queen, shows up. And he's wielding that tungsten, titanium, combined metal knife I was telling you about, this crazy suit. And this is where the battle happens. Geiger starts to lose it. He even attacks Nathan in this issue, but that's by accident. You get this awesome spread panel page here with this. It's just, this book is so good, guys. The fight scene, I'm going to save the fight scene for you guys so you can read it by yourself. Major spoiler here. But yeah, you guys can read this by yourself. And then we see the man, Junkyard Joe, comes back, guys. This is awesome stuff. And then that was issue 9, and it says to be continued in volume 4 here. And then we get into the origin stuff of Tariq Geiger. We've seen a lot of it, but this is all from the perspective of Dr. Molotov. Dr. Molotov created the nukes, and he is part of the reason why the unknown war happened. It's kind of like, similar to the Oppenheimer story, where he creates the nukes, they use them, and then he regrets the power he unleashed on the world, or the terror he unleashed on the world. And Dr. Molotov goes through the same thing here. We get some backstory between Geiger, his family, Marcus, his wife, Tracy, and his neighbors. We've seen a lot of this, though, but a lot of it we haven't seen. So you guys definitely need to read this for yourself. I'm just skipping through this for you guys. But then this is where Dr. Molotov finds him. And he says, and so is the monster. And then we get into the second issue, where he tries to help him. He builds him his boron sticks to put in his back so he can control the radiation. But they also get into a little tussle because they don't quite see eye to eye on some things, but they also get attacked again and again and again. Overall, guys, this volume was pretty good. I'll leave that for the last clip, what I thought about this volume. But then we get a little more Junkyard Joe, guys. I didn't know his stuff was just a mini-series, but Junkyard Joe's back in the Geiger story. And we got some awesome variant covers here. I'm just going to flip through these. Oh, also, there's appearances of Redcoat in here somewhere. I haven't read Redcoat, but let me see if I can find it. Yep, right here, Redcoat. Right there. Yep, so there's going to be a crossover at some point. I don't know when. I know they're up to issue 22 right now, but this was volume 3. Let's check out volume 4. Now, last time I cut between the 2 clips, but we're going to keep it just one this time. Volume 4 was insane, guys. We get introduced to Ashley, or Ash Adler, or whatever her name is, but this awesome cover, man. This is going to be on the thumbnail. You guys probably saw it already. Junkyard Joe mixed with Tariq Geiger. We get more backstory 5 years from now. When he was still living a normal life. He was working construction, trying to help the VA for all the soldiers that were coming back and didn't have housing. And that's the way he thought he could help. Then we jump straight to the future, I guess, 25 after the Unknown War. And we've seen this before. All their friends. There's this bus. And they eventually do get to Lewistown. But they encounter Junkyard Joe. And they think he's there to fight at first. But it turns out something's wrong with his wiring, and he's friendly, and he saves the day. Let's see if I can find it. He saves Geiger. He uses electricity to restart his heart because Geiger was about to croak, guys. I mean, so they kind of, they bring him with them. It was Nathan the Nuclear Knight's idea, but they arrive at Lewistown, and they meet the glowing woman. This is the first time we see the glowing woman, and look at that. She is stunning, and her powers are insane, and we learn a little more about her later. Let's see, I don't want to spoil too much here, guys, and I also want to make this quick because the last video was kind of long. But, yeah, she has the boron rods, and it turns out the same person made them for her, Dr. Molotov, but he was under a different name. Let's see if we can find it here, what the name he went under. I just don't want to spoil too much for you guys, but she also tells Geiger that the doctor is dead. And she wants to help him control the power of the radioactiveness. So here's their first training session. She's like, go back to a time where you felt whole, where you didn't need the powers. And it was with Henry and the other girl that he saved. And that you got the dead Junkyard Joe, at least what you thought was dead. But nope, as you see, he is having a hard time controlling his powers, and she doesn't want to give up because she has ulterior motives that we get to later in the book, guys. So I'm going to skip through here. Let's see. They go to these Hilltown guys, Hillborn guys. She tells Geiger that these Hillborn guys killed Dr. Molotov, and that is her reason to go there and get justice for him. And they wreck these guys. And although Geiger tries to control his powers, you get this awesome double page splash of just the radioactive power Geiger wields. And yeah, he can't stop. He says he can't stop. This is just so awesome, guys. And then we see the first full look at the glowing woman in her full form. This is just peak, guys. You need to read this for yourself. And then, like I had said, her ulterior motives. Dr. Molotov isn't dead. She has him trapped in a cage, and we see that. And then in the next issue, shit hits the fan. We get more backstory about how Dr. Molotov met the glowing woman because she was being trafficked and he wanted to save her. So he did the same thing he did for Geiger, built the boron rods, and she eventually learned how to control her powers. And Molotov knows all this stuff. Barney gets a bath. Barney gets a bath by Junkyard Joe, and Geiger is very surprised because he's never been able to do that. And surprisingly, Geiger and Junkyard Joe start to form this relationship, even though Joe, doesn't talk. But then they go into battle together. They find the U.S. Army finds the glowing people, the glowing man and the glowing woman, and they attack. And this is when we find out that the glowing woman has ulterior motives. There is a nuke inside the silo in Lewistown, and she's going to use Geiger to blow it up, absorb all the radiation, and even steal her radiation. And it's all in this fight scene, guys. It's all in this last issue. Geiger goes against the glowing woman right here. And look at Dr. Molotov. He's like, what the hell? And I mean, it's just so awesome, guys. Like, this art is so good. It's up there with Rook Exodus in my mind. It's not the same guy. It's Gary Frank, Brad Anderson. But yeah, guys, I mean, we also get this president here. We don't know who he is. We don't know what's wrong with his face, but I assume we find out in the next volume. And guys, that's all I got for you. It ends off. Geiger absorbs all the radioactive material, and he's gonna die unless the glowing woman helps her. Even though he absorbed all her powers, she takes it back to save the day, and he says that they're even at the end of the day. She says, "Damn you, Geiger," and then she runs away. It's a very good ending to the volume. Like I said, this might be the best volume, so let's see. Look, there it is. She's taken her power back after Geiger absorbed all the nuclear radiation. I mean, I don't know how he survived even after she helps, but then he goes back to see the kids, Haley and Henry. That was her name, Haley. Because this is when he felt whole. He's going to try to train his powers and hone them in, and he needed to see Henry and Haley, and they are doing good, and they are so excited to see him, guys. And that's how this issue ends. There's 2 epilogues. Read it for yourself if you want to see what happens. But overall, this is an amazing volume. Both of these are amazing volumes. The whole story is good. Can't wait to catch up on volume 5. But we're going to go into the next clip and talk about what I liked about these books, what I rated them, and what's going on next. Alright guys, I hope you liked the spoiler review of Paradise Lost and Who is the Glowing Woman. I know I did. Even going through it, just flipping through it for you guys was exciting because it's such a good book. But let's get into what I thought. For Paradise Lost Volume 3, I feel like the Geiger Ground Zero stuff should have came before the main story, but instead it's at the end. Although that's not a big complaint for me because it's still good. We meet Dr. Molotov, we see how they met, how he can help Geiger, and then of course the 3 main issues, 7 through 9 in this are great, guys. We see the new king get taken out. And we see a meeting of the round table of the queen, the golden beard, the president, all these people to team up to go against Geiger. Overall, though, I did give this a 4 out of 5. It's not the best volume, but it's still very, very good. So let's get into volume 4, guys. Who is the Glowing Woman? And this is my favorite volume out of the 4, just because it's so action-packed. Like 3 or 4 out of the issues are 5 out of 5s. I gave this volume a 5 out of 5. I think I gave volume 1 a 5 out of 5 as well, but this one is better somehow. I just can't wait for volume 5 in June. I'm not going to pick up the singles, but like everything about this, the glowing woman, her design, the glowing man, the conflict between the two, and of course, Dr. Molotov not being dead is such a twist, guys. Like, this was so freaking good. You need to read this for yourself. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. Once I finish Spawn, I'm going to start reading Guardians of the Galaxy. But yeah, stay tuned for this week's comic reviews on the shorts. Stay tuned for this video. And yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, guys. I'll see you in the next one.